Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Celtic Way. I'm Tony Haggerty at aHaggerty10 on the Twitter handle, and I'm joined tonight by Ryan McGinley at the Ryan McGinley on the X and Twitter handle, who's live outside Celtic Park somewhere before he heads up to watch Celtic versus Aberdeen. This is a live team news reaction and build up to kick-off. Ryan, how are you, sir?
Things are good. The rain's off, which I'm quite thankful about. It was raining on my drive here, and then for the first 3 minutes when I was on the stream, when we were waiting to kick this off. So apologies about the appearance. My hair looks a bit like I've been wearing a hat for the past 20 minutes. That's because I had my hood up for 5 minutes. But I'm here. Celtic Aberdeen at home. Looking forward to it. And a good team has been picked by Brendan Rodgers.
Yes, and that team is there on the screen. Ryan, do you want to read that out, and I'll read the substance?
I'll do the honours.
Go on then.
Happily, yep. So we've got a defence of Kasper Schmeichel in goals, back four of Alistair Johnson, who makes his 100th Celtic appearance tonight, Cameron Carter-Vickers, Austin Trusty and Jeffrey Schlupp. Midfield three of Callum McGregor, Arne Engels and Rio Hatate. A front three of Daiz Maeda through the middle, Jota on the left and Nicholas Kuhn on the right. Tony, have you got the subs there?
I have indeed. The subs are Sinizalo, Scales, Ida, Yang, McCowan, Kenny, Murray, Ralston and Bonner. Ryan, just like to say congratulations to you and congratulations to me. That was the team that we both predicted, and we predicted 11s, but I think it's the team that most people would have predicted, and they've predicted 11s. Gone strong and he's gone hard. Ryan, we say it all the time, a chance to put scoreboard pressure on. Celtic could go 16 points clear at the top of the table. That's all you want. And a wee reaction from Saturday's shock defeat against Hibs at Easter Road. 3 points on the board, Ryan. That's what we're asking for.
I think there's a couple of factors and scenarios going in tonight. You've got that scoreboard pressure that you talk about. You've also got a response needed after the Hibs defeat. Granted, a lot of that anger and disappointment was kind of taken away by about 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, when Rangers get beat off of St Mirren. But I also think there's a chance for a bit of revenge too, because Aberdeen made Celtic drop points. You know, the spoils were split between them and Aberdeen in that game back a few months ago. Was it September, October time? Going back a few months, they're the only team to score goals at home in the league against Celtic. So Celtic will be wanting to keep a clean sheet tonight. And not just that, they'll be wanting to put even more pressure on the likes of Rangers, who play tomorrow against Kilmarnock. It's the only game that's on tonight. It'll be live on Sky Sports. It's time for Celtic to put on a show. Time for those players that have been selected to put on a show. I would just say that's probably the most exciting team that Celtic have got at the minute. When you look at the players from the defence, the midfield to up front, I think all the exciting players are playing tonight, and I'm looking forward to seeing how they all work in action.
Yes, I think everybody will looking forward to seeing Jota again at Celtic Park. As you rightfully said, that I wrote about it the other day, Ryan, that Aberdeen are the only team to have breached the Celtic rearguard at home. And I was talking about the fact that Brendan Rodgers said he wanted to finish the season strong. And amongst finishing the season strong, I said, could Celtic not concede another goal at home between now and the end of the season? These are the kind of tests and challenges that you would set your players. And I would like to think that would be the case. But yeah, looking for some sort of reaction, Ryan, to Saturday. And as I say, that, you know, when all was said and done, yep, Hibs had a great first half. Celtic had the whole of the second half. Probably could have and should have walked away with a draw at the very least, Ryan. So I'm expecting Celtic to come out the blocks pretty quickly tonight. And as you say, maybe take out some of that anger on Aberdeen. That revenge is a strong word, isn't it? The previous manager didn't like using words like revenge, but certainly I think there will be a reaction shown, Ryan, and I think Celtic will put in a better display than they did certainly in the first half against Aberdeen at Easter Road on Saturday. But the front three again for me, Ryan, are going to be important. That will be where the game's won and lost.
Yes, absolutely. And Jota likes a goal against Aberdeen. It was one of his favourite teams to play against in his first spell at Celtic. Them and Rangers, I would say, were the two teams that he really did stand out against. But you think about those Aberdeen goals, arguably one of Ange Postecoglou's most important goals was getting that first away win against Aberdeen at Pittodrie. I think it was Adam Montgomery that put the ball through to Jota, and he was there. He was on hand to score. An important goal getter. but he'll be important for the providing as well as the goal scoring. He's going to be looking for Daiza Maeda in the box. He's going to be looking for Nicholas Kuhn on the other side, but there'll also be an onus on him to make things happen. You wouldn't put it past Jota to score against Aberdeen again tonight. He's just that sort of player. He brings the flair. He is worth the price of admission alone. He's a trickster. He's an entertainer. I'm just looking forward to seeing how he does tonight. With another few days of training under his belt, I expect him to go up another level tonight. He's a player that takes that mantle of being the entertainer of the squad and really makes things happen for Celtic. It's looking like him and Brendan Rodgers are going to be a good partnership, and I'd like to see that evolve even more tonight. Get a couple of goals, put on a good performance, and really showcase why it was the right decision to bring you back, because I think everybody's saying the same at the moment. They're all delighted to have him back. So just keep on doing what you're doing.
Thank you to the 230 odd people that are joining us tonight. Appreciate it. Live. Get your score predictions in the comments section, and we'll do our best to read as many of them out as we can. Myself and Ryan will give our predictions near the end of the briefing. Ryan, another man who's caught your eye in recent weeks, Arne Engels.
Arne Engels, yeah, I'm just delighted that he's going to be playing the vast majority of games now from the start. I guess that is one positive to going out of Europe. You don't need to wrap him in cotton wool for those big European games that just come around the corner. He will be playing. I think he'll be starting every game basically from now until the end of the season, or until the league is over. Then there might be a bit of rotation, but I think he's one of the first names alongside Cal McGregor in that midfield. He's one of the first names on the team sheet. I like what he's bringing to the team. I think he's bringing that bit of maturity. Sorry,
there we are.
I must have cut out there. Where was I when I stopped?
You were waxing lyrical about Arne Engels and maturity.
When am I not, Tony? When am I not? I like what he brings. He looks like an £11 million player, if you can get such a thing, if you can look like your valuation. But he is such an important player for Celtic. I like the way that he's dominating games almost single-handedly at the moment. Whenever he's on the ball, it looks like it's pretty exciting. When he's on the ball and in possession, looks like something can happen. So that's what I want to see tonight. I thought he was really good against Aberdeen, particularly in the semi-final, the League Cup semi-final. He made things happen for Celtic, and I'd like to see more of the same tonight. He is such an important player for Celtic. He will be moving forward. I've been on record saying that Celtic should create a team around him, and I'd like to see a performance that would, prove that or vindicate that big opinion that I've got of the player. So yeah, looking forward to seeing how he does tonight.
Also, Jeffrey Schlupp coming in, Ryan, for Greg Taylor. Schlupp has impressed everybody, I think, since he turned up, hasn't he? And that's another one, home game that Jeffrey Schlupp's starting, and I think most people are intrigued to see more of him, aren't they? See what he brings.
Yeah, I like what he's brought to the team so far. He's brought that Premier League experience that we were looking for, especially on deadline day when it was pretty obvious that Kieran Tierney wasn't going to come back to the club until summer. He wasn't coming back till the summer. Mikel Arteta had made that decision up. Arsenal had made that decision up. All of a sudden, Celtic were looking to bring in a left back for some cover, but not just cover. It seems as if Jeffrey Schlupp, and people are saying that Taylor isn't on the bench tonight. I don't know the ins and outs of why that's the case. I'm guessing we'll get a message or a reason why from Brendan Rodgers, maybe even pre-match if he's on a BBC interview or something like that. But I trust Jeffrey Schlupp in this team. I like what he brings. I like that partnership he's already forming with Jota on the left-hand side. I like that he comes inside and is an inverted fullback. He can play in the midfield. He's got that versatility. Yeah, I'm happy with that signing. I already want to see more of him from now until the end of the season. For me, Tony, I think he starts every big game from now until the end of the season. I think he fits that position. He's fit into it like a glove, and I want to see him go there for the foreseeable future.
My thoughts about robust players as well, and that physicality that he brings too. And he's got a great dig on him. I fancy him for a goal, Ryan. One of those shots that he likes to have, just marauders forward and has a rasper, as they say. So yes, now lots of people, 300 people joining us live. Thanks very much, guys. Lots of people getting their predictions, Ryan. I'll read a few. First one up, Sean McLaren. Call him nuts, but he fancies a 6. Wow, 6-0, I think. Well, 6, we just said 6. 3-0 says SE69, and Natalie McMillan saying 4-0. These are all Celtic wins, by the way. Celtic follow-up, 5-1. Helen McCallum, regular contributor. Hi, Helen. 2-1 Celtic. Gio says 2-0. Thomas Burns, who's below him, says 2-0 as well. Dennis Jameson says 3-0. Scott Mason says going to be a belter and Celtic to win 3-1. Gary Thompson 3-0. Francis Lester, another regular commenter. Hi Francis, even how you doing, sir? 4-0. Hazel Finn, as always, 4-0 and 3-0 says 3-1 to Celtic, says Margaret McMillan. So everybody predicting a Celtic win, Ryan. 3-1 Celtic, says Mary McAdam. And Dyson's Da, great name. 5-0 hat-trick for my boy. I'm imagining he's meaning Dyson Maida, hence the name. And Eileen Feeks, another regular contributor, 2-1 to Celtic, she's saying. So lots of positive predictions there, Ryan, for Celtic. So I guess it's kind of nobody's perturbed about Celtic's performance on Saturday, Easter Road. Everyone thinks they'll get back on the saddle tonight, yeah?
Yeah, especially at home. Home's become such a place of strength for Celtic, not just domestically, but in European competition as well. They've really, under Brendan Rodgers, it's a bit of a safe haven, and you expect them to bring their best whenever they do ply their trade at Celtic Park. In terms of my own personal score prediction, and I know that we both said that Celtic will win by 3 clear goals on the predicted 11 that came out earlier today. I'm going to go for 4-0. I think Celtic will keep a clean sheet tonight, but I think they'll turn on the style too. Although Aberdeen are in better form recently under Jimmy Tulane, he'll be happy that he stopped that wretched run of form that seemed to be going on all winter for the manager. I still think that Celtic will have far too much for Aberdeen, and they'll have. There's too many factors that are going for Celtic in terms of coming into this game, looking for revenge, both for the last home result against Aberdeen, for the last game against Hibs. And wanting to get to the end of the season or get this season wrapped up as soon as possible. I think you'll see a bit of a statement win from Celtic tonight. I've got a funny feeling they'll score quite a few tonight.
You're going 4-0, did you say?
Yep.
Well, I'll stick with my prediction. I said in the predicted 11s, I said 3 clear goals, so I'll say 3-0, Ryan. 3-0, I'll say myself. So I've gone 1 down. It's a certainty it'll be 1 up, isn't it? Because I usually go 1 up or 1 down. But yeah, I'm pretty confident that Celtic will get that out of their system, get Edinburgh, their trip to Edinburgh out of their system, and that'll be a temporary blip in the grand design, as they say. What is it? They're 6 wins away from winning the title, Ryan. So I think they'll tick off the first one tonight, and then it will be you're kind of on the countdown to when the league flag will be flying over Celtic Park again. So looking forward to tonight as well. I think Celtic will entertain too. I think it maybe was a shocker to the system on Saturday, but they haven't had too much time to dwell on it, which I really like. I'm glad that they had the Tuesday game and they weren't waiting until the end of the week. So I think they'll shake themselves out of any kind of lethargy from Saturday and be bang at it. And I'm delighted that that's the team because, as I say, that's the team that you and I predicted and probably is the team that most Celtic supporters would have wanted to see out there. Anyone else take your fancy, Ryan, as to how you're going to be watching them and how they play?
I'll just be it's such a generic answer, but I'll be watching the whole team tonight and seeing how they all click as a group. I think at the moment, in terms of every player for every position, this is the best player in every position for Celtic at this moment in time. Maeda is the right pick, in my opinion, to be the first choice striker at this moment in time, just due to form. I thought that Maeda was quite disappointing at the weekend against Aberdeen. I think maybe bringing him off the bench might be a good idea for this game. Maybe switch him back and put him in the team for St Mirren on Saturday. But the strength and depth, if it isn't working for Maeda, you can then bring a focal point and Adam Maeda onto the pitch. You can bring on Luke McCown. You know, those 3 players that were hooked at half-time aren't in the starting lineup tonight. You know, that's a bit of a statement to say, right, you didn't take your chance. And the players that did come on, the likes of Jota, I know he's a little bit greedy with that chance that he had in the second half, although I don't blame him too much because he made the chance by himself, running 60, 70 yards to get into that position. Get Jeffrey Schlupp, who was far better than Greg Taylor in the second 45 minutes. and you've got Hatate, who I thought was okay when he came on. He got a bit lucky with the shot that went into Maeda's path, but still got to be in it to win it. So those 3 players have been rewarded, and I hope those 3 can keep their place and retain their place, because it shows that they've taken their chance, their opportunity when it's came along.
Well, we shall reconvene later. There'll be my instant analysis up. There'll be Ryan's man by mans. There'll be a Q&A from the manager up as soon as possible. Myself and Ryan will come back as quickly as we can after the full-time whistle. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing and wherever you're watching it, we all say the same thing. It's result dependent. Chance to go 16 points clear before Rangers take on Kilmarnock tomorrow night. Got to take it, Ryan?
Absolutely, yeah. Especially with the fact that the Rangers have got a new manager at the helm as well. Got to put that instant pressure. Can't make it any easier for a manager coming in and trying to take the reins from Philippe Clement. Got to put that pressure on straight away. Put out a resounding win against Aberdeen and really put the pressure onto Rangers. As much as I think the league's a foregone conclusion, I think everybody thinks that, even the other side. The City think that. It's all about putting that pressure on. Don't make it easy for the other side. Go and get the win. Do your job and see what happens at Rugby Park tomorrow.
Well, I'll let you prepare yourself and get ready and enjoy. And I say we shall be back as soon as possible after the final whistle. If you're tuning in tonight, enjoy the game. And as I say, here's hoping that Celtic can do the business. We're all confident that they will. It's now over to Brendan Rodgers and the boys to deliver. Take care, and we'll see you all soon.
Cheers, guys.